I want to tell you a story. I was 18 years old, named #1 fighter in all of Great Britain. I was smashing up everyone I was boxing. Well, for my age. Then I got put onto the England senior boxing team and I moved up to light heavyweight. And my second fight, as a grown man, I fought the Polish champion who got to the quarterfinals of the 2004 Olympic Games. He was a world and European medalist and he absolutely battered me. But not because his technique was better, it wasn't that much better. Not because he was fitter than me or because he was faster than me, because he wasn't really, but because he had one thing over me, and that one thing was his strength. What I like to call it back then was man strength. He was walking through me punches and then punching me pillar to post in the gym, and the result of the fight was he outclassed me, which at the time they had a rule where if you were 20 points ahead of your opponent, the judges stopped the fight and you won, and that's exactly what he done to me. But this was a huge learning curve for me. I knew I had to build my strength if I wanted to go to the next Olympic Games, which was in 4 years ahead. And in this video, I'm going to give you 6 powerful ways that you can build your strength in boxing, whether you're stepping in the ring because you want to fight and be the best in the world, or just because you're doing boxing to keep fit and you want to look in great shape as well. This video will definitely help you, but why should you listen to me? Well, after I got battered in that England international fight where I told you about, I went to the Olympics in 2008, I won a bronze medal, I won 7 national titles, European champion, and I had 106 fights in my career. And even though I had all of that success and I was really strong in the ring eventually, I didn't do half of the 6 things that I'm going to be giving you because I didn't know about them. But if I did, maybe my bronze medal would have been a gold medal. But before I dive into these 6 amazing methods, why is strength in boxing absolutely crucial? Well, here's a few things about that. Did you know that strength is directly correlated with a boxer's ability to generate power in their punches? And stronger muscles, particularly your main muscles in the upper body and your core and your legs, and having stronger muscles allows boxers or you to deliver way more powerful hits, which are essentially both good for offense and defense. Like if you're getting out of the way of a punch and you come back with a big whacking counter punch, mate, they're going to think twice about throwing that punch at you. Also, what strength is great for, which is often overlooked, is endurance and stamina, because in boxing we are required to sustain a high energy output, and strength training enhances your muscle endurance. And because you're doing the strength training that I'm going to give you on this video, this will improve your muscle endurance. This endurance and the stamina allows a boxer to maintain optimal performance throughout their entire training session or their bout if you are fighting, without that fatigue, which I've had many times, and it was absolutely horrible. There's nothing worse when you're tired in a fight or a sparring session and you see the person in front of you just bouncing forward like this. And if you've been there, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Also, having these stronger muscles, this will help you with overall better form. Because if you think about it, when our muscles are getting tired, what do we tend to do? When you've got your hands up like this all the time and they start getting tired, what starts to happen? Start to come down. What starts to get exposed? Your chin, and you start to throw punches and bringing them back down there. But if you've got stronger muscles and with that endurance that I've just mentioned, you know, this is going to help you keeping them arms up, as well as so many other benefits. And that's just talking about your arm muscles. With your legs, for example, I think you all know what your legs is great for in boxing. This gets you into range to land punches. It gets you away out of danger to get out of the way of them punches as well. So you need to have strong legs. And the exercise I'm going to give you for the legs on here is great as well. And then a huge one, this is especially if you are fighting or if you're even sparring, is, have you ever been in there with someone and then they might put your arm underneath their arm and you try and drag it out and you can't because you're not strong enough, because you haven't got that muscle endurance, and then when you finally do drag it out, you're tired. Well, imagine being strong enough where you can just pull that arm straight out. With strong arms and muscles, you can definitely do that. And you might have been in the ring with someone when they're just leaning on you all the time, or they're moving forward and they're pushing you back. That really tires you up. This is kind of what that Polish guy did to me when he was just keep putting that pressure on. It was exhausting for us. He was one strong fella, that guy was. And I guess this goes into the next and the last thing I want to talk about with this, is the physical confidence gained from being strong. Now, this confidence makes you mentally tougher. You know you're stronger than the person in front of you. Like that Polish guy knew he was on me. His confidence went through the roof. He was just coming forward and steamrolling us. And what did that do to me? While his confidence went up here, my confidence came down here. And yeah, all because of strength training. Now, let's get into the 6 methods. The first one will massively improve your all-round boxing. Believe me, trust me, mate, this will help you so much in boxing. But also, outside of boxing as well, because what is crazy about this sort of training, it helps you live longer. Now you might be thinking, this Tony Jeffries guy, he's punch drunk. How can this training help you live longer? Well, my friend, I am not talking about sparring, because that, I'm sorry to tell you, probably does the opposite of making you live longer. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a training that everyone should do, and I'm doing this now. This is called resistance training, and here I'm going to give you and show you 5 of the best resistance training exercises that you can do. Now, the first one, this is power clean. This is one of the best exercises for building your overall strength. And especially for us boxers, we want to strengthen our core, our back, our legs. And the power clean was something that we were doing with our strength coaches on the Great Britain boxing team. And as well, this helps you with explosiveness as well. Now, what you want to see, after watching this clip, you cannot just go and grab a bar, put some weights on and do a power clean. You really need to learn how to do this correctly, because like boxing, there's techniques to doing a power clean. If you do it incorrectly, you could get injured, my friend. But it will be worth learning how to do this, because it will enhance your explosive power, which is crucial for delivering them forceful knockout punches.
Oh my goodness! What a left by Kevin Farmer!
And as well, with this, you're going to get great coordination skills, because you've got to really move your arms and your feet with that explosive speed and power at the same time. And the next one is one of my favorites, and this is pull-ups. And I've just beat my record at doing pull-ups. I'm going to tell you how many I did in a minute and give you a challenge to see if you can beat us. But why is pull-ups so good? Other than you can do them just about anywhere, this really targets your back, your shoulders and your arms, improving your pulling strength, which is a vital part of controlling your opponents in clinches and increasing that endurance as well. And the next one is a very common exercise, and this is squats. Having that strong lower body is the foundations of your boxing stance, of your movement, of your punches, of your base. So we want to have that strong foundation in them legs, and squats is great for doing that. Now, another one of my all-time favorite exercises is med ball slams. These are great for explosive core strength, mimicking the rotation that you would do when you're throwing punches. This exercise really improves your ability to transfer power from your legs to your core to your fist in real-time punching speed, knockout punching speed as well. Now remember, on this stuff, it's not just about lifting heavy, it's about training smart and really focused on your form, and you can gradually increase your weight and your reps each time. The last thing you want to do is get injured, and by doing them exercises incorrectly, that could definitely happen. Okay, so that is resistance training. It's pretty hard. Now, the next thing on this list is the easiest thing on this list. But also, this thing didn't just get me stronger when I start doing it, it also made my body look like this here. Now, this is by taking something called creatine. It really has been a game changer for me in my life. Not only did I just win the Australian National Championships of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but after taking creatine for just 6 weeks, that's when I've just beat my pull-up record, what you see here, when the last time I could do this many pull-ups was when I was 20 years old. That was like 19 years ago from now. And I did a whopping 17 pull-ups here. Now I challenge you to try and beat that. You may have heard of creatine and thought that this is just used for them big muscle-head bodybuilders, but that really is not the case. It's one of the most researched supplements out there, and for a good reason. It doesn't just help increase your muscle mass, boost your strength, and also your performance as well. But there's so many studies out there that show that the right sort of creatine can really help you with your brain health and cognitive functioning. And to be honest, when I seen these studies, that was the main reason I wanted to take some creatine. But then I quickly noticed my strength starting to build up. And after about 3 or 4 weeks of using this, I started to see my body change as well. And after like 5 or 6 weeks, I was like, wow, this stuff is amazing. And that's when I went and won the Jiu-Jitsu tournament. And all I do is have 1 scoop of this Legion creatine in some water each day. And that's it. It's done. And again, mate, I've took lots of supplements in my time, but this, I was blown away that much by the results. I got my wife starting to take it too. Now, she loves it. And then I was like, this is a game changer. So I reached out to Legion and told them how great this product was and said, I would love to work with you guys. And I'm so happy that they agreed and are sponsoring today's video. And that's not the reason why I'm talking about creatine. I'm talking about it because it legit is great. Do some research on it. It's unbelievable. And another thing that's great about this company is if you buy some from them and you don't like it, you don't get the results, they'll give you a full refund and you don't even have to send the product back. How good's that? You've got nothing to lose. Now go to legionathletics.com or you can scan the code here. It'll take you straight through and use code BOXING. You will save 20% off. And as well, I'll give you another 6% off cash back off your next order. You've got absolutely nothing to lose, have you? Scan here, go and get some. You'll love it. And if you don't, you can call me whatever you want in the comments below and they'll give you a full refund. How about that, mate? Now, let's move on to the next method that's going to help you get stronger. But, my friend, it's not as easy as the last method. This is plyometric training, which involves exercises like squat jumps, box jumps, burpees. Yes, I said burpees. There's a lot of people out there who really are hating on burpees and see they're not good for you. They're bad for your body, they're bad for your posture, they're bad for your joints. But my friend, I've got to disagree for me because I did burpees since I was 10 years old, all the way through my career, and I had a ton of success in boxing. So that's why I am keeping burpees on this video. Now, if you are a 65-year-old man who's just getting into boxing training, I probably wouldn't recommend it. So if burpees is not for you, then don't do it. Now, why is plyometrics great? Well, it's great to develop the fast twitch muscle fibers that are essential for quick, explosive, powerful movements that we need in boxing. Now, when you incorporate some of these exercises into your routine, maybe into a circuit, you will notice a significant boost in your agility and speed. But my friend, like everything on this video, it's not going to happen after doing one set of plyometric training or one set of squats. You need to be consistent with this. You know that, right? Yeah, you're not daft. We all know that. Now, like I said, I recommend you adding this sort of stuff in your circuit training. If you're doing circuit training, that's what I did. Some people are saying, why are you doing circuit training? But no, mate, I did this, and so did all of my successful boxing friends. Did circuit training with these sort of plyometric exercises in, and that really helped us develop the skills that we need. Now, is there better training methods out there for this sort of stuff? Probably. Some people would say they will, but I just know what was good for me, and this really was. Now, moving on to method number 4. This is something everybody should be doing at the end of every single training session. I say this over and over again on my videos. If you're not doing it, now is the time to start, my friend. You know that core strength is the foundations not only of powerful punches, but of keeping your body healthy and keeping your spine, which is them big bones that go down your back, which is keeping your body together. It's keeping that protected by having these strong muscles, less chance of you getting injured. And as well, imagine if you've got this strong core area here, when you're throwing punches, what's it going to do? It's only going to help with that explosiveness. So doing exercises like planks, like Russian twists, like the med ball slams when you're going over one side then the other side, these are also great core exercises. These will help you build that rock solid core that you want. Now, if you get a strong core, this is going to help you get girlfriends when you're down the beach, because you're going to be standing there with or boyfriends if you're a female, and you're going to be standing there with your abs out and looking all strong and butch. You know, not really, mate, not really. You can have a really strong core without a six-pack. To get the six-pack, you've got to have a strong core, but you've got to lose that fat, which is the hard thing to do. But when you're doing all this stuff on this video, then you will lose that fat. Anyway, what am I talking about? We're not going to the beach. We're going to the bloody gym. We're going to be working out in the bloody gym. That's what we're all about. We don't go to the beach. We just beach to work out in the gym all the time. No, mate, don't do that. Go to the bloody beach. Anyway, I'm off topic. Let's talk about method number 5, which is often overlooked, but this is another crucial one. All bodybuilders do this. You know these strong guys, the big massive guys? All of them do this. And I would actually say that this is harder than lifting weights. This is the hardest thing about being a big bodybuilder for me. Even though they're lifting weights, they train so hard. You see videos of them really pushing themselves where the veins are popping out of their heads. Do you know what I'm talking about? Well, You might have heard of this before. You can't out-train a bad diet. You need to fuel your body with the right nutrients to support muscle growth and recovery. Focused on a good balanced diet which is rich in proteins and healthy fats and complex carbohydrates. Now, if you don't know what any of them things are, go on a website called ChatGPT and ask AI. Google this stuff. You'll be able to find that out. And as well, if you do this right, you'll get rid of that layer of fat, and because you've been doing the strength exercises, taking your creatine, your muscles will be jacked, your abs will be out, and you'll be down that beach. No, what am I talking about today? Anyway, let's get on with it with the final method. This is number 6. If you don't do this right, you will never get stronger. You can do everything that I'm talking about, but you'll never get stronger. You will never get fitter. You will never get better at boxing, because you need this for your muscles to repair and to grow after your intense workouts of the exercise I've been talking about on here. Now, this is recovery. If you're recovering right, this will get your strength right up there. And you can do this by making sure you're getting rest days in between training sessions. You can't do squats every single day for 7 days in a row. You need to listen to your body and getting the right mixture between boxing, strength work, recovery, and nutrition. And taking this creatine by Legion will definitely help you. If you want some drills to work on that you don't need any equipment for, you can click here and I'll give you a bunch of boxing drills that will take your boxing to the next level. Click here and watch this video next.